Alright, so I am now in Trondheim. I guess the first thing I noticed was how peaceful and quiet it is here. Like, there's supposed to be the Northern Lights right now, which would be crazy if I saw that already, like right after coming here. But I don't currently see anything. So we are walking to go to the bus stop, and holy fucking shit. Barely begun the trip and already seen the Northern Lights. If you're wondering who I'm walking with, that is Leon, my friend who I'm staying with in Trondheim. Alright, so we just got off the bus, which by the way is like, feels like a futuristic, almost looks like a train here. This is the Nidaros Cathedral. It's the northernmost medieval cathedral in the world, and many people consider it to be the primary landmark of Trondheim. And we are now in the city center. So, what is this statue here?
It's the statue of the founder of the city, Olav Tryggvason's.
Yes. Pretty epic.
He founded the city in over 1,500 years ago. All of it, we are going to McDonald's.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I guess cannot escape America, so we're gonna go to McDonald's. I'm not the one that chose to do it, though. He did.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah, so we're just walking around the city a little. Wish it was sun outside, but it's kind of hard to get sun when sun sets at 3.
Ugly here on the daylight.
Got 7-Eleven, of course.
Yeah, you can see the tip of the Munkholmen, or like straight forward. There's like an island surrounded by water, and there's a prison on top of it. But it's a museum now. It's hard to see it now in the dark, but
Yeah, I guess I'll just say right now, like, I'm basically deciding between living in Trondheim or Oslo. Those are basically the two cities that I'm looking at. And yeah, so far, I really like Trondheim.
you see the brand new, beautiful building over there? It's a brand new, completely new.
Yeah.
Opened like 1 month ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big, beautiful building. I designed it myself. It's a big deal here in Norway.
This is literally the first sunlight I've seen in days. So I need to like get out and take advantage of it ASAP, because it only lasts a couple hours more. And now I just have to figure out where the bus is before I miss it in like 4 minutes. So, we made it. I don't know how the hell we made it, but we did. Alright, we're back in the city, but we only have a little sliver of sunlight left. More people now, which is nice. It's so peaceful and quiet. Even in the rush hour. This is rush hour in Trondheim right now. Got this nice church over here too. Nice. Alright, I think we're walking down to the river now. Actually really glad we got to see this now. Oh my gosh. Wow. Does not feel like we're in the middle of a city. That's a nice view. That would be an understatement. So it's been a good few days in Trondheim, even though it hasn't been super long. Definitely really enjoyed the city, and it's going to be a tough decision of where I want to live, to be honest. There's a lot of different factors to consider, but one thing I can say is that either one would be perfectly fine, to say the least. But yeah, next we are going to go to Oslo, so then we will be able to compare them a little more. But yeah, stay tuned for that.
McDonald's there, Burger King there. Back in US.
Yep. For the rest of the trip, my dad will be joining me, and we'll be visiting some other relatives' houses. Alright, I'm now at my other relative's house, who lives just outside of Trondheim, and we are just walking around, and I'll see if I see anything interesting. This is Anders. He's actually a very renowned salmon researcher and cinematographer who's made content for networks like Discovery, Netflix, and basically all the top broadcasters across Scandinavia.
Du ser det lyset der borte,
Ja.
som på andre siden. Det gjenskinner et vindu av solnedgangen. Og jobber opp på den.
It's hard to see it on the camera, but you can see in the distance just these ever so slight reflection of like the sun on the mountains. It's really amazing.
Jeg ser ikke haien, men kommer den ut noen ganger?
Ja, det hai her, ja.
Det er hai.
Ja, ja.
Bare tulla, jeg.
Nei, det er hai her på kanskje 4-5 meters lengde.
Ja.
Det er hårkjæring da. Og her på grunna her er det jo ikke hai. Men du vil hende det er spekkhoggere. Og så er det tunfisk har det kommet. Og her var det jo sånn, det har rekt i land noen sånne kjempebrekksprut.
Oi.
De er rundt en 14 meter lange.
Wow.
Det er kraken som de kalles fra gammelt.
Hvordan ser du de?
Nei, de er ikke...
De er ikke synlige over overflaten, er de det?
Nei. Det er gjort videofilm av, jeg tror ikke det er mange ganger, 2-3 ganger i verdenshistorien at noen har filmet det.
Det er ingen som har ansatt deg for å overvåke migreringen av blekkspruten inn og ut
Jo,
av
nei,
fjorden?
jeg foreslo det selv som et prosjekt for NRK.
Ja.
Jakten på kjempeblekksprutten.
Ja.
Jeg laget jo kamerasystem, så jeg senkte den ned her ute.
Tuller du, eller er det sant?
Det er sant.
Det er sant?
Og den er jævlig svær, altså. 2 tonn med blekksprut, liksom.
Ja, det er nokså stor blekksprut. Er de interessert i mennesker? De så på deg, men de kommer ikke mot deg eller noe sånt nå?
Det er jo flere filmer laget om dette her.
Ja.
Det var en Netflix-produksjon som heter Octopus, My Teacher. De blekksprutene er helt fantastiske.
Ja.
Altså, du føler at det er noe mer med dem, men de lever jo bare et år og 2. Så det som er fascinerende, det er ikke noe de er født med en utrolig intelligens, da, sannsynligvis. Jeg er sjelden ute på denne årstiden.
Når jeg var i Gävle i Sverige, på treningsleir, tradisjonen var på siste dagen, så tok vi oss alle klær og gikk flere runder. Og et par ganger så var det minus 30.
Ja.
Det var morsomt, men jeg tror ikke det hadde vart en time.
Nei, det
var noen få minutter, og så rett tilbake.
Så tenker jeg, hvis du ser på det med det store overblikket, da, så sier vi bor på et sted. Hvis du går ut naken, så dør du.
Ja, det er riktig. Ja, der var det litt solrefleks på skyene der også.
Ja.
Det er fint.
Hei. Vannsystemet i USA gjør at det tar veldig lang tid å vanne bli kaldt.
My relatives are making some homemade pizza.
Dette er sånn avansert, supernorsk, mytologisk pizza.
Alright, so it's the last day before we leave Trondheim for Oslo. Not sure what we're gonna do, but we're just gonna go into the city a little. Just average view in Trondheim, I guess. Before leaving Trondheim, I decided to meet up with Leon one more time, and we ended up having a pretty deep conversation. While this trip has been enjoyable so far, I'm not gonna lie, it has been a little hard with how cold it is and how dark it is. And that is definitely something I'm gonna have to learn how to deal with and get used to.
And it doesn't really matter where you live in Norway. If it's like Oslo, Trondheim, or Bodø, or Bergen, it doesn't really matter. The winters are long, brutal, and cold, depressing, and you get so little sunlight. You need to take D vitamins and fish oil or whatever you use. It's why there is more on the winter anything, because people get so depressed, lives alone or sick, don't have a family or whatever. Really depressing. If you can face your problems head on and just learn from it and experience it, and well, if you can do that, you have probably succeeded in life. Never underestimate the Norwegian winter. You just have to find your own course.
You want me to move to Trondheim, don't you?
Yeah.
Da kan vi ønske dere hjertelig velkommen til Oslo lufthavn.
All right, we are now in Oslo, just outside the city center. It's probably a little hard to hear me because there's cars, but yeah, today we don't have too much of a plan, but we're probably going to visit Grünerløkka to look at just the general area and some of the apartments there, and obviously walk around the city center a bit and just kind of get a general feel for what Oslo is like.
Så.
So this is the
Ja, det her er det
Operahuset.
operahuset.
Ja.
Veldig interessant. Vant mange priser for design. Det er en av de mest kjente bygningene nå i Oslo.
I guess maybe right now it's closed because of ice, or
Yeah.
they don't want people falling, but normally you can walk right on top of it, anyone.
Og her er det Badstueforeningen. Der kan du gå i badstue, og så kan du hoppe i sjøen midt på vinteren nå. Der er Munch-museet, rett til siden av operahallen. Og hele raden her borte er blokkleiligheter, og der er det mange flotte restauranter.
Yeah. A very expensive place to live. One of my favorite things about Oslo, without having lived here, but the sense I've gotten is there's so much amazing like European style architecture. Obviously it's Scandinavian, but it just gives that like European city feel. But it's just like, this thing was clearly not built just to be as cheap as possible. Guess they're doing some construction here. So apparently this right here is going to be a playground, which is like so great that they prioritize stuff like that, even in the middle of, basically right next to the train station.
Østfoldhallen, det er bygningen fra den gamle stasjonen før de bygde Oslo S, som er der oppe. Det er den andre Peppes Pizza. På Peppes Pizza var det der jeg satte rekord for fastdrikking av øl. Halv liter på 2,2 sekunder. Denne er en gågate, og det er masse gågater i Oslo. Men om et år eller to, så skal hele sentrum på Oslo være uten trafikk. Alle biler skal være borte. Flott bygning. Det er der regjeringen er. Vær forsiktig når du går her, for her er det veldig glatt. Det der er en is på bakken. Ja, riktig. Du må lære deg, ikke sant? En rimelig stor måke.
That has to be the largest seagull I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, they're just built different here, I guess. So what is
Så
this?
når jeg var på gymnaset, så jobbet jeg og rengjorde hele det Nationaltheatret. 2 uker etter at vi var ferdig med å vaske det, det var en sommerjobb når jeg var på gymnaset, så brant hele Nationaltheatret med å gjøre rent en gang til. Og på toppen der oppe er en terrasse, der kjøpte vi wienerbrød, spiste lunsj hver eneste dag mens vi jobbet der. Veldig gammelt, historisk teater. Der kan du se Kongens slott litt nærmere. Og nå skal vi prøve å finne trikken. Det går til Grünerløkka.
All right, so we are now in Grünerløkka. Alright, so I haven't spent a ton of time in Grünerløkka, but it already seems like a place I could definitely live.
Those apartments, they look pretty nice.
I mean, I hate to decide so early, but this is just... I don't think it gets any better than this when it comes to just places to live with everything you need. This is the old train station that they have now turned into a shopping center and restaurant area. So, alright, so we now are on our way to Bislett. It's another residential area with a bunch of stuff and shops and mixed stuff. Alright, so what is this building right here?
Dette Bislett stadion. Stadion som holdt vertskap til 1952 olympiske leker i Oslo. Og her borte en statuett av en av de største skøyteløperne i norsk historie. Så dette Bislett stadion.
So you can see how big sports is in Norwegian culture. So I guess there are some people that are homeless here, or I don't know if it's by choice or not, but yeah. Even in Oslo, there are some issues, I guess. Nowhere's perfect.
Du hadde Ringnes i går, dette Frydenlund. Det en annen øl som lagd bare et par kvartaler unna her.
Alright, so we're gonna go one more place for today. We're gonna head over to the library. I think it's a library, but it's not. It's more of like a mixed use thing from what I hear. Got this whole little section just dedicated to nature sciences and animals and plants and stuff. Yeah, I've got to say, Oslo has definitely been very impressive. So just took a short little detour trip to my relative's house. We just stayed here last night, and we'll be leaving in a few hours. But yeah, I just wanted to show off how amazing the view was from here. Yeah, as someone who didn't grow up with snow in like where I grew up in the US, it's so amazing to see. And I don't think I would ever get bored of this. But yeah, we'll be going back to Oslo in a few hours. So then we'll get to see if I can decide between Trondheim and Oslo, which will be not an easy decision. I think we might get a quick little bite at Deli de Luca, which is a gas station deli slash restaurant type of thing that they have in Norway that is very popular and famous. Alright, we're about to take the underground metro to Maurstuen. Maurstuen would be the last place we would visit before I made my final decision. Now we are in Maurstuen. Got a nice big IKEA. And right next to Burger King. And McDonald's.
Horrible.
It's a little more upscale in some ways, I think a little bit more old money. Correct me if I'm wrong, but... You hear those birds?
Yeah.
Can't even see where they are, but... Yeah, I don't know if it's like just because it's Saturday and it's like more busy or something, but yeah, it's quite a few people out. This is also like a busy shopping area. Yeah, definitely a little bit different feel than Gunaloka. But yeah, I think it's has its own charm for sure.
Og dette er også veldig dyre, veldig flotte leiligheter, ikke sant?
We're just gonna take a quick little stop at this pub. This little Irish pub. Now we're gonna head back to Oslo. We've seen the majority of Maurstuen, so I think I've got a good sense of some nice places in Oslo. So, alright, we're about to get back on the train into the airport. As we traveled back to the airport, I took some time to reflect on my journey. I definitely felt like I had a good sense of both cities, but deciding which one I would choose as my home was a little harder than I thought it would be. Alright, just staying in a hotel right next to the airport, and yeah, we'll be flying back to Atlanta tomorrow. So yeah, the trip is over. And yeah, I guess my overall thoughts are I really like Trondheim and Oslo. And it's going to be hard to decide, but I guess what I can say is I'm probably leaning more towards living in somewhere like Grünerløkka in Oslo. I just think it's like really great for where I am in life right now. A lot of younger people living there and a lot of really good public transit and walkability. Yeah, I just think it's a really good option for my current life circumstance or whatever. But yeah, I think, yeah, no matter what I choose exactly, I think it'll be pretty good. Moving to Norway is something I've been trying to do for a little while now, so I'm really excited to finally be at the stage where I'm actually doing it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, especially at this point in the video. Yeah, but anyway, without rambling more, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later maybe.